What's up, guys? It's your boy Game Snorlax coming at you with my first look at a new indie game that I have found called Mothmen 1966. Now, this is kind of perfect because this is right along in the lines of the I just finished Buddy Simulator 1984, so we're going a little bit back in time. Um, the thing that really got my interest in this game was first the name. I'm a big fan of the movie Mothman Prophecies. It's got Richard Gere in it, and there's other people in there, but like it follows the Mothman sightings in, I believe it's New Jersey. It's dark and cool and like mysterious, and the Mothmen, like if you look it up, it's there's sightings all over the world. Usually they show up when bad things are about to happen, and so that's the first thing. I saw the name of the game, and I was like, I got to see what this is about. Watched the trailer. I saw some screenshots, and it just looks kind of like an interactive comic book, as you can tell on the screen. I love the graphic style already, like the kind of the. I don't even know if this is like 8-bit or 16-bit, but like I'm in. I dig it. Um, I'm really excited to play this one, as I really think I found my niche in indie games. I love AAA games, but every single time I come back to the indie games, I just love how pure they are. They're not about let's maximize graphics and make it like the most stunning thing ever, which don't get me wrong, is great. I love AAA titles and their graphics, but I feel like some of the smaller game studios that make things like this, like I think it feels like it has more love in it. It's just they don't have as much money as the other studios do. They do they put out phenomenal looking games, and they work more on the story because they don't have millions and millions of dollars to put out CGI stuff, so they make the game and then they make the story just amazing. And so that's what really strikes me when I want to play a game, is the story. And so I'm really looking forward to playing this. Without further ado, let's get into it. Holt. 3 red, 5 black in the discard pile. Of the 6 cards face up on the counter, 2 are red and 4 black. So 5 red in all and 9 black. You have no more moves, so you have to bet now. I really like black, so I'm gonna go with black. A large majority of the face-up cards are black, and you know that betting against the streak is usually dangerous. Even though you already chosen, you decided to stay away from the counter. You can't bear losing again. You think of your grandma, Elsie, trying to win at solitaire for over 60 years. You take a deep breath and keep sweeping. Elsie's been paralyzed from the waist down since she was 21. Your mom was only 2 months old. The winter Elsie taught you to play solitaire, your parents and sister have been dead for almost a year, and you're already begun to forget their faces. Although you cook for her and do her laundry, bathe her, even dress her, it still feels like she's one taking care of you. You close your eyes and almost feel Elsie stroking your hair. You're 11 years old again, kneeling next to her bed, crying your heart out. Suddenly, the bell rings and you feel an invisible force trying to drag you into the present. Keep my eyes closed. You decide to stay a few more seconds at the edge of your grandma's bed, her fingers running through your hair, pushing away the image that haunts you. You hear the bell a second time, then a third. Now you know it can't be a customer. Those fucking kids. you, you don't know what comes over you, but you yell something at them and you're too ashamed to remember. You justify yourself thinking that they might be the ones who got into your garage that night and stole some parts of the replica machine gun you're building. You won't let anyone mess with your project. The Winen Steam machine gun is the jewel of your collection. The kids yell at you, old freak, and laugh, sheltered by the distance. Deep down you know it can't be them. How would they know which part of the machine gun were worth stealing? Anyways, the guard dog is being brought over in a few days and you'll be able to stop worrying. Check the hose. You think what Someone told you at the bar about replacing the hose with a thicker one so that it could only be activated by the weight of a car. And what happens if the kids jump on their bikes and land on top of the hose with one of their wheels, you asked. Kids are always going to find some way to bust your balls, they replied. Let's go back in. You try to calm down. You look at the shells and think of your solitaire grandma taught you. Your grandma always said that everyone has their place in the world, and that people keep dancing forward or dancing around it without ever reaching it. To win at solitaire, you have to stop dancing. You know that the chances of winning are incredibly low, almost zero. I am terrible at solitaire. Other than spider solitaire, like on the old computers, I've never, ever, ever beaten a regular game of solitaire. I just can't figure it out. Just throwing that in there. You can't bring yourself to turn over the next card and decide to start sorting the shelves instead. Doing simple jobs builds up your self-confidence and provides you with some illusion of control. Alright, so we're gonna take the box and we're gonna put it on the top shelf. We're gonna mix with the bottle. I'm gonna make this organized. And then you go there. Middle shelf. We're gonna take the bottle. And we're gonna put it on the lower shelf. Mix it with the can. And then you, my good can, go to the middle shelf in the empty spot. Pajow. Good. One type of product on each shelf, just how I like it. No ding. Uh-oh. You scratch your head. This time, sorting the shelves doesn't help. You feel the same urgency as before, and you can't think of anything else. Is the card going to be black? You need it to be black. Suddenly, everything's heavy, and you find it a bit difficult to breathe. 3 men in black are staring at you. Through the window, you can see a black Cadillac by the pump. Yes? You wish you'd asked them how they got into the station without you hearing the door open, or how they left the car without the bell ringing. But that trembling yes was the only thing you managed to utter. The moose. The moose? After a few seconds of not receiving any response, you decide to break the silence. You bought a woman a whiskey. You don't know if it's the right move, but you try to relax and be more friendly. Do you know of a more effective way to socialize? You told her the dream about your grandma. A chill runs through your body. It's been a few weeks since that night. Even though you had a good time with Martha and have no regrets, something about the way these men in black ask their questions makes you uneasy. What? What do you want to know? Granny in the forest. One of the men farther back let out a cracking noise. You look at him believing he's laughing, but the man his black expression doesn't change. My grandma has been bedridden for over 60 years, but in the dream I saw her running through the woods. Start from the beginning, and don't omit any details. You don't know if it's the way they look at you or because of certain authority in their voice, but you tell them everything you about the dream. 5 or 6 weeks ago, you woke up in the middle of the night certain that something had happened to your grandmother. You ran up to her room and Elsie was in her bed. The window was wide open. You ran to it and saw someone walking through the trees. It was her, and she was holding a rifle of the kind your ancestors would have carried in the Civil War. You tried to call out to her. Your grandmother started running, shot 2 or 3 times into the blackness of the forest. You were about to go down to find when a winged figure with glowing red eyes appeared in front of the window and screamed. You stumbled backwards, and after hitting your head on the bedpost, you lost consciousness. You woke up in your bed and remembered the dream almost instantly. You went up the stairs 2 at a time and opened the door to her room. Your grandmother slept peacefully. On the bedside table was a glass of milk you bring her every night, and a deck of cards she used to play solitaire. During the days that followed, you tried to convince yourself that it all had been a dream, even though you couldn't explain where the little stitches on the base of your skull had come from. After a few seconds, one of the men in the black speaks again. The spot on her legs predates her birth. Holt. What? What is he talking about? Is he referring to the dozens of moles on your grandma's legs? And what do they mean by saying the spots predate her birth? Elsie always made the same joke when you sponge her calves. Be thankful you don't have to clean my clean. Be thankful that you have to clean my legs and not my grandfather's. According to what she told you, her granddad had been shot dead by an experimental weapon early in the Civil War, when his legs were ripped to shreds. The Wine steam gun, son. A machine gun that doesn't appear in any book. You think about the replica you're putting together in the workshop, and even wonder if it was the men in black who had stolen those pieces. You're not telling anyone else about this visit, Holt. You start to complain when one of the men in black picks up the card from the counter. The top card of the deck. A crunch horrifies you. Oh yeah, I love that music. The teeth of the man in black seems to tear more than simple paper. Oh. Oh. Desperate, you throw yourself under the counter to look for the card. Your heart is pounding. You look out the window and you don't see the Cadillac. You walk to where the car was parked a few moments ago. You step on the hose, and the bell rings. What the fuck? Jack of Diamonds. Motherfucker. It's red. You think about the edge. You think about the edge one of the men in black tore off. And you remember the noise he made when he chewed it. Was it a threat? A warning? You wonder if you should tell your grandma everything that happened or just keep your mouth shut. Keep playing solitaire with a marked card. Synthesizer music. Oh, I love it. All right. Save that. All right. I'm loving the way this looks. I love the feel of it. I love the interactive comic book. I don't even mind reading. I'm very intrigued by the story already. Like, I'm assuming the moose was a bar. Like, what's with this dream? The men in black. What's going on? Why did he chew the card? That was weird. I love it. So, if you like what you saw, please go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know what you like, what you're seeing. If you want to see more content from me, you can always hit that subscribe button, as it helps me out the channel, lets me know that people out there actually wanting to see my stuff. And if you want to know when I upload things, go ahead and ding that bell. I try to put out things at least once a week. Try. Life's kind of busy as a full-time dad and a full-time employee. Yeah, I'm Gaming Snorlax. I love games. I love indie games, and I'm going to continue to put out these to play these indie games and share it with the world, because I think there's some definitely unsung heroes, some unseen gems out there, and I think this is going to be one of them. So, I hope you're happy with what you saw. I know I'm happy with what I saw, and I can't wait to show you more. Catch you on the next one, guys.